Halifax, a research lawyer specializing in feminist legal principles, says a billboard erected on Windmill Road in Dartmouth sends a misleading message about abortion law in Canada. The sign, put up by BC-based group We Need a Law, states there are no abortion laws in Canada, a claim that is false, according to Jennifer Taylor. A Halifax lawyer says a billboard erected on Windmill Road in Dartmouth sends a misleading message about abortion law in Canada. Alex Cook, you need a broader definition of law to fully explain the legal framework for abortion access in Canada, but the bottom line is there is a case law saying the Charter protects abortion access, said Taylor, a research lawyer with Halifax-based firm Stewart McKelvey. Even though we don't have a piece of federal legislation that governs abortion, that doesn't mean that there's no legal framework guaranteeing abortion access. Abortion was considered a criminal offense in Canada until 1969. Provisions were then put in the criminal code saying doctors can provide abortions to women, but only with the permission of a therapeutic abortion committee, a panel of doctors who decided if an abortion was necessary for the well-being of the mother. Article continued below. Those provisions were struck down in 1988 by the Supreme Court of Canada, which ruled they created unreasonable barriers to abortion access. Read more. Argentina's Senate rejects bill to legalize elective abortion. UK faces calls to liberalise Northern Ireland abortion law. Cost of abortion pill knife Jimmy so to be covered by NL government. A lot of our law is developed through cases, and that case is a big part of our foundation for abortion access in Canada, said Taylor, but now, abortion is just treated like another insured medical service in Canadian provinces, so it's dealt with as a matter of healthcare through provincial law and provincial funding for medical services. Article continued below. Taylor said it's unfair to say there are no laws restricting abortion in Canada, as regulations and accessibility vary from province to province. In Nova Scotia, women can get surgical abortions up until their 15th week of pregnancy, according to the Halifax Sexual Health Centre. Other provinces have different restrictions, though Taylor said some of that information can be difficult to find. It could be clearer, she said. It would be nice if you could go to a website or open a textbook and find everything for every province written down, Taylor said. Billboards and advertising materials like the one from We Need a Law further stigmatize people who require abortions. When we are talking about public advertising, we need to be concerned about truth, she said. This billboard makes something that's actually quite nuanced into something that's simple but also wrong. Taylor intends to file a complaint with Advertising Standards of Canada. Mike Schouten, director of We Need a Law, said the billboard is part of a nationwide campaign calling for federal legislation on abortion access in Canada. When we look around the world, countries that are far more progressive than Canada all have fetal protections at some point, Schouten said. A draft law posted on its website indicates the group would like to see mandatory counseling for women seeking an abortion and a 13-week gestational limit. The draft law, based on the German Criminal Code, would put Canada in line with international standards, said Schouten. He believes the billboard is not misleading and doesn't stigmatize people seeking an abortion. How can a billboard prevent access to abortion, he said. Danielle Lefrancois, communications manager with Advertising Standards of Canada, was unable to speak to this specific case but said advertising materials stating false or misleading information violates the Canadian Code of Advertising Standards. She said the self-regulating body receives about 2,000 complaints each year, many of which target advertising materials about abortion. It's a sensitive topic, Lefrancois said.